Pencils down, baby. Here we go.
Here we are.
Fully operational mothership, a battle station, whatever you want to call it. Cody, I'm just going to tell you now if you want to start prepping, okay?
Yeah.
If you want to start prepping today, we are going to be giving the Hall of Fame hat to 80s television villains. We are doing a Dolly Parton open, close, and encore. Woo-wee! And this top 10, I think Cody could do in his sleep. Top 10 non-film Star Wars characters. I think Cody could do this one in his
So, Jerry, I'm going to tell you, as someone who was born in 1989, 80s TV is probably a little bit out of my purview.
Right. What about top 10 non-movie? Because I know you read a lot of Star Wars novels and comic books. And
I'm famously known for that, yeah.
For just being Mr. Mr. Extended Universe.
Yes,
is Cody's
his
nickname.
middle name.
Yeah, Cody, Mr. Extended Universe.
People actually know him more by Mr. Extended Universe.
Right. Yeah, dude, by the way, Cody, the Doors dropping your name opened at Comic-Con for us. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
All the shit. Oh, we're friends with Mr. Extended. Sorry.
Cody. Yeah, of course. Come on in.
Right in here.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Mr. Extended.
Here's
Mr.
my mouth.
EU.
Put it right on in.
Yeah, right. There you go, sir. you know Mr. EU. You're a friend of ours. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
So, man, do you want to do the Danzig movie now or do we do it post-intro? That's the...
I don't know. I feel like everyone should be seated for how I'm going to describe.
This is the foreplay.
This is foreplay.
For the Danzig pounding they're about to receive.
I'm nervous because there's no do-overs. We're introducing a new segment on the Ramble today.
We are.
And I'm going to
play... Have you named the segment?
No. Okay. I'm going to play a song on my new mandolin.
Yeah, which you have around your
yes.
Yes.
From a video
When did you get the mandolin strap?
Big sis. Same day.
God damn, she's good.
A lot of tears. She was like, I've been wanting a little brother for my whole life.
Imagine the shit you would have if you guys had known each other your whole lives.
Thank you. The Wolverine?
Fucking now my Wolverine.
Your Wolverine. By the way, those who saw Ramble Radio.
Yes, you have to watch
everything. The screw job has been lifted.
But those people that don't watch Ramble Radio don't get any of that.
And that's on them, isn't it?
Because Ramble Radio is canon.
It is canon. You know what they missed out on? They missed out on Naked Larry Allen and Naked Leon Lett.
And Naked Blaster.
So who do you think is... we were talking about how unattractive of a human being Leon Lett was.
Yes.
But,
and how he looked like the African-American version of Blaster from
Master
Max Blaster from Thunderdome.
Everything Cody, the only thing Cody
halfway any of those references?
Leon Lett. I bet he kind of knows.
That's all he got.
Who Leon Lett is.
Okay.
Yeah, I got that.
He knows who Leon Lett is. And you know what? I just want to make fun of it one more time. Leon Lett, the pride of the fucking 5'8" white guy who never because that Don Beebe rundown lives in every white guy who makes excuses for why he never went pro's heart. Was that Don Beebe rundown that lives?
Don Beebe took that football and it's on his mantle.
Oh yeah, of course it is. And he tells his kids, "I prevented my team from the biggest blowout, so you didn't win." No.
Oh, we got killed. We got destroyed.
The game was decided 20 minutes before that.
This was a meaningless play, except for me.
This
meant everything.
And then all the more. That shows you the heart of a
That's what football's all about.
Just for Dan Deerdorf.
It's not about winning.
Just for Deerdorf to jizz in the booth one more time, talking about that.
That's what football's all about.
See what he did to this black. Like that was what they're saying. That's what he said? That's what they're saying.
Is that what he said?
You know, in their head, that's what
he meant.
See how he ran down this black? That's what they're thinking.
Who says white guys are slow?
Who says white guys can't play the game? It starts having this horrific meltdown. Something Cody also missed out on because, sadly, the technology is not caught up with us yet. Cody just can't even logistically be a part of Ramble Radio yet.
Yeah, someday.
We'll figure that out.
Well, he's been naked, Cody.
He's been naked,
so we have seen him naked.
That's being part of it in some way.
You're right. It's there. But we settled on it. We were trying to decide if it would, because the Monday Night Football Hank Williams Jr. song and the Sunday Night Football rewrite of the Joan Jett song are maybe the two dumbest songs in pop culture history.
Two of the worst songs.
Shit, that Joan Jett cover is really bad.
And we agree because you take a really good song
and you make it super
and you
shitty.
make it so bad. At least Hank Williams Jr. just took one of his own shitty songs
and made a shitty version of a shitty song.
version of an already shitty song. But you take I Hate Myself for Loving You. But we were saying, like, would it be more interesting Hank Williams Jr. his contract was.
He just had to improvise the song.
He had to improvise
right as they went live.
Right as they're going live, they just tell him the name of the two teams that are playing.
He's got to make it up.
He's got to make it up. And he's got to. We started with he had to cover "Hey Jude," but do it in make it about football. So
I feel like that would get racist in a heartbeat.
that's what he said. Oh my God! We literally the first question
15
asked,
seconds in.
15 seconds in, it's racist.
It's an
No question.
It's an Obamacare rant.
15 seconds, he's going after Bernie. I don't want some Jew telling me to give my money. Like that's what that 1,000% happens immediately. Like that's. But what would you what would you rather watch though? Him having to cover "Hey Jude," which is what 6-8 minutes.
Yeah, or American Pie.
American Pie, or I thought that stupid Thanksgiving song. That Alice's Restaurant that's like 30 minutes that they play every Thanksgiving. Like what I mean, man, would you watch, Cody, if you knew that was going to happen at the beginning of Monday Night Football? Do you tune in for Hank Williams Jr. trying to improvise a cover of American Pie? Only given tonight it's Ravens Browns go, and
I think you should have to cover Billy Joel's scenes from an Italian restaurant.
Amazing! How great would that be? You would tune in, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Oh hell yeah!
Why would you not?
So come
I mean,
on,
just to
get
see
ready.
just to see how quick it flies off the rails.
Oh man, immediate.
15 seconds.
Because
he gets the two team names out, and then it's just racist tirade. That's all it is.
I'm in on this.
To the point where I would say, how long into the song does he stop playing all instruments and is just spewing hate speech? Like he tries to carry it up for like a minute or two, and then he just stops even playing music, and it's just a diatribe.
He has to tell his band to stop playing and just be like, "Guys, I got something. I got something."
Stop it! Shut up, everybody! Shut up!
I got 8 minutes. All right, I got 8 more minutes here. Oh, now I'm not racist.
I want to say,
but that's how it starts. No question. Oh man, I would be so in on that. That I would be over.
That's must-see TV.
Must-see
TV.
Must-see television. I think. Cody thinks. Eddie, we all think.
We all know.
So we have a new segment. I don't know what we're going to call it. But
okay. Maybe we'll think of it here.
Since I have a mandolin that I'm learning to play, so this segment will not be weekly. It'll be whenever I learn it. But I'll play a song from a video game.
Okay.
And if the Ramblers can guess it.
In an email to you.
In an email to the Ramble at the Ramble. Please don't do it on Facebook or Twitter.
And don't put it out there publicly.
Because you don't want to ruin your own chances.
Right.
Ramble at theramblepod.com and then make the subject tune. And
now how about if multiple people get the correct answer?
Then they all get something cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why I'm starting
Like Dave Strabeck in his T-shirt?
That he'll never get. Yeah. He's getting it. He's just got to email me his shirt size.
This is on him now.
It is. Well, that's how I'm going to frame it.
Yeah,
Hello.
that's how you have to frame it. Good
God,
for you.
Eddie,
You're
come
good.
on.
You're good.
So do I do this now, or should I save the song for later too?
I don't know. This could be part of the new intro.
Cody, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think you should go for it.
Just go for it.
Do it now.
Okay,
new segment. Name this tune.
Name this tune from a video. Should I even give him a hint as to era?
No, just say video game tune.
It's a video game song. And if you have to tell me the name of the game and the level, if you will.
Oh, okay. We're going deep into it. Okay. On the mandolin.
Now, I probably am going to take like 8 tries. I'm warning all of you.
As long as you get through it.
I may not do that either. This might be the entire podcast.
We're burning tape here.
Big time.
All right, here we go.
Uh-oh. Now I get this wire.
Here we go. You got your wire in the way.
All right,
here we go.
You ready?
You're not prepared.
Do you have your harmonica?
Fuck, dude. What? If you would have said something, I would have brought it.
Shit. One more?
Wow.
There you go. All right, there it is. So, if anyone can ramble at theramblepod.com,
name that tune.
What video game, what level? We'll send you something.
Wow.
Cool.
Okay.
It is. All right, let me take this off.
Take off the mandolin now.
All right.
You know who you remind me of, because we mentioned that on the rail with the missing fingertip. A young Jerry Garcia.
Or Tommy Iommi of Sabbath has the same ailment.
Yes.
It's a little harder to tell you. Some of those notes can get tricky.
I bet.
And I apologize. That mandolin was a smidge out of tune because I've been beating up on it all day.
Yes.
So, but I think you got the melody, right?
Right.
You heard it. Cody, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, it came through. Okay, good. So you got the melody. The melody was there. Might be a smidge out of tune, but there it is. What?
Because you've been beating off on it all
I've
day.
been beating off on that motherfucker. What game, what level will send you something cool? That's a new segment. What do you
like it.
You know what we should call it? Toontang.
Toontang.
What do you think?
I like that. Toontang.
Or Toon Annie. Toontang.
Toon Annie's what I want.
All right, so Ramble at
Toon
the ramblepod.com. The
Name that
subject,
Toon Annie.
Name that Toon Annie. And if you get it right, boom.
We promise to send you something that we're not going
That
to.
we'll never send you. We'll send you something. Just
Okay.
like we're going to send Strebeck that shirt.
Right. Sure.
It's going to happen.
I know it will.
It's going to happen.
It will. People got stickers at some point.
They eventually got to.
They eventually
Say
got
11 minutes.
That's pretty good.
All right, let's start it. And everyone, if you know the words, by
Sing
all
along.
means, sing along.
Very musical ramble to start off
It
with.
really is. We're going all in on the music, on the tunes. Here we go. There's that. All right, so. All right, here we go. 73 men sailed up from the San Francisco Bay, rolled out the ship, and here is what they had to say. We're calling everyone to ride along to another shore. We can laugh our lives away and be free once more. But no one heard them calling. No one came at all. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Almost erased the whole thing.
Dude.
I know, but I kept going because they were too busy watching those old raindrops fall as a storm was blowing out on the peaceful sea. 73 men sailed off to history. Everyone, you ready?
Yeah.
Ride, Captain, ride upon your mystery ship. There we go. Be amazed.
Not well versed
at
in this
the
song.
friends you have here on your trip. Bum, 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 bam. There we go. Welcome, everybody, to another Ramble.
Yes.
Guess what episode this is?
What?
222.
Dude, that means something, right?
That has to.
That means something.
When did they bury us, Eddie?
2.
Ramble 2.
That's why that's so significant.
That's why that matters so much.
They buried us at 2.
And then look at us now, huh? Where Cody is here more than ever. I
Yep.
mean, it's
How many
everything
weeks
is
in a
looking-
row?
Cody, is this like your 5th week in a row?
Yeah, I think so. It's got to be, right?
Jeez.
Holy shit! How badass is that? You ready for this? You ready for this? When we last spoke, 100 5-star ratings. How about that?
Wow.
103 today,
What?
baby.
We got 3 in a week.
3 more. Travis OC writes, unfuckable. I love listening to Jerry. I've heard him at least 10 other podcasts. Finally bit the bullet, listen to the Ramble, and I love it.
Thank you.
Keep up the work, you guys. Thank you, Travis OC.
Thank you, Travis.
So there we go. So a new review, 3
He's
more
heard you on
5
other
stars.
podcasts and came back to this one.
And say, you know what? This is the one. So we appreciate
What other
that.
podcast you doing?
I don't know. Probably Joey's, the church. When I hop on
church.
there. Yeah. It's stuff I bet. I'm assuming.
Assuming.
So thank you for coming over, brother. That's very kind of you. Thank you for the 5 stars and the positive
Yes.
text review. Keep those coming.
Please.
We don't want those 103 Ramblers and James
No,
to be
we do
lonely.
not.
Do we? They. I mean, come on. They got kids to feed. Shit. They got food to put on the table. Cody, what's that? All right, we're in. That's so, Cody, the show is officially started.
Yes.
We already had a new segment.
Yeah.
We sang.
We sang.
And now, oh my God.
We talked about things that happen in Ramble Radio, video
Yeah.
radio,
Yeah.
in order to get people over to those.
And then now, Cody. This is exciting to
What?
me. I think I am more excited than if this were last February
Yeah.
and Cody had already seen Endgame and was going to talk about it. To me, this is more
Yeah,
exciting.
this is more exciting to me because almost for the same reason, because I didn't want to know anything about Endgame.
This I can't
I almost
wait
was
to
scared
know.
talking to Cody
Yes.
because I didn't want to know anything about
Sure.
Endgame.
Right.
Sure.
This.
Now, this,
I want to know everything about
all of it.
all. Cody, The floor is yours. Run with it, my friend.
So I have seen Glenn Danzig's directorial debut, Verotika. Now, what I thought I would do is explain what happens in the first, 2 to 3 minutes of the movie.
All right. Okay, real quick. How is it? Is it just I can't watch it bad, or is it oh my god I can't take my eyes away from it bad?
Tommy Wiseau from The Room is a better director than Glenn Danzig.
Oh my god! What? You're not just saying that.
Wow.
This is not just fresh eyes.
So this isn't just bad movie. This is poor directing.
Poor everything.
Like not knowing what he's doing technically as a director.
We on our podcast we were trying to figure out if Glenn Danzig has ever seen a movie before.
Like I'm a fan of this. Have you guys seen Velocipaster?
No, I have not.
It's on
I haven't seen it yet.
It's on Amazon. Made for $35,000. The guy is a talented director. Knew what he was making.
Right.
Made a ridiculous movie called Velocipaster. But technically, as a director,
you see he knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing.
So, Cody, you will say Glenn Danzig has no clue what's going on.
I will say Glenn Danzig is not a talent. And I mean, at least on The Room, Tommy had like talented people that he hired.
Yes.
Yeah.
On this movie, it is clear that Glenn Danzig ran the show, and he has. I mean, it is very like so. Okay.
Do you think that's due to Glenn Danzig's ego?
Oh, absolutely.
Of hiring
Without
competent
question.
people and they're going, this is the shot that works here, and he's like, no,
nope, you're fired.
You're fired. I want this shot.
Yeah, I mean, he's okay. So first and foremost, he's listed as a director of photography on the movie.
He's the director and DP?
Yes, yes. So
that's
he is
insane.
He is directly involved with the look of it.
That's insane.
I am. Oh my god. Oh my god.
So look, the first minute of the movie is this intro that's like setting up an anthology, like Tales of the Crypt type thing, where look, a woman pokes out another woman's eyeballs, which fine, okay, that's not even the crazy stuff. So the movie is split up into 3 segments.
Both eyeballs or one eyeball?
Both eyeballs.
Okay.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
So the movie is split up into 3 segments. Each telling a different story, I guess, from a different comic that Danzig had done from the Verotika comic book line.
Right.
So I'm just going to tell you what happens in the first minute of the first story, which is, I swear to you, as fun as watching The Room for the first time. I'm not even joking. It is as fun as you would have watching The Room.
Eddie, we got to watch this.
Oh, we have to.
So the movie, or the first segment starts with a woman in pink hair who clearly is a porn actress. It's very evident very early on that 90% of the cast is porn actresses.
Well, it is Verotika.
Yeah.
It is Verotika.
So it begins with a woman with pink hair blowing a guy on a couch.
Oh, of course.
And so
is Danzig the guy getting blown? I would think he'd be like, look, I'm the one who gets pussy in this movie.
Look, I'm gonna just throw this out here as a nugget that's not even worth talking about. The second segment is about a stripper who cuts off faces, and at one point she's dancing to a Danzig song in a strip club.
Oh, of course.
Wow.
So
of course.
So it opens with a woman blowing a guy on a couch, and then he's trying to pull up her shirt, right?
Right.
So he's trying to reveal,
Yeah.
The boobs.
Yeah,
he wants the action. He wants more than just a blowjob.
Right.
He wants the action. So, and she's like resisting, and she's like, no, you can't do that. So finally, her shirt comes up, and you see that instead of nipples, she has eyeballs. So, and not only eyeballs, but as
It's very
again,
Guillermo del Toro. Guillermo
Del Toro.
No.
esque. Right? It's very Pan's Labyrinth-esque.
As Jared on my podcast partner said, it was like off the shelf eyeballs from like the Halloween store that you just pasted on someone.
Okay, so she has eyeball breasts.
Eyeball tits.
Eyeball titties.
And so while this is happening, you see like a really shitty CGI spider off in the corner, like off on a plant. So she's really embarrassed, and then a guy says...
She's embarrassed of her eyeball titties.
She's very embarrassed about it. And then the guy, before he gets up and leaves, says the line, "Your tits are looking right at me," and then gets up and leaves.
Oh God. Oh.
And so she's really sad about it, and then her eyeball tits start crying, and it lands on the CGI spider, and then the CGI spider becomes a half human, half spider. And it is,
I have
again,
to see this movie.
And it is the worst makeup you've ever seen in your life, where like you can see like plastic arms flailing of this spider guy. and so every time she goes to sleep, the spider comes out and sexually assaults women and breaks their necks, and he's called the neck breaker. And then,
So every time she goes to sleep, so she now roommates with the Spider Man?
Yes.
They're one and the same.
Yeah, they're sort of one and the same, where when she goes to sleep, the spider comes to life and then goes into alleys and like kills hookers and stuff.
I don't understand the problem. This sounds great so far. What is there to make fun of?
And that is the setup. And like, it is like sub porn acting. It's like if you were watching porn and watch these actors, you would be like, okay, just like get to it. Like, I don't want to watch this anymore. Just kind of get to the good stuff.
Tears from her eyeball titties.
Yes.
Mutate spiders into mutant spider people that go around and
killing
hookers.
women. Now, but see, here's what I heard. I've heard that opening scene, Glenn Danzig had to actually cobble together from what was going to be the original opening of the Tom Hanks Mr. Rogers movie. Like Mr.
Really? That's the cutting room floor stuff.
Yeah, he was Mr. Rogers was getting blown by a chick with eyeball tits.
Okay, I didn't know
that. And then he was like, "Your tits are looking right at me, neighbor." And then she started crying, and yeah, that's. Supposedly.
And I could see why that wouldn't make it in the Mr. Rogers film, because that's out of character for Mr. Rogers.
I mean, apparently it happened. That's why it was in the script, and they shot it. But they thought this is too out of character.
The theme,
right?
The tone of Mr.
Holy shit! So,
and this is like the first 2 minutes of the movie. That's how it starts. It is, and then it continues to be the most boring, horny thing you've ever seen in your life. It's just
boring and horny.
But now, is it worth? Could you be entertained the whole way through? Or is it okay, after 20 minutes, are you like, somebody fucking kill me, I cannot watch this?
No. So I think if you watch the first, there's 3 stories and they're about 30 minutes each.
Yeah.
The first 30 minutes are worth your money. The first 30 minutes are again, like I said, the Room level bad, where you can tell a guy is trying really hard to do something that he thinks is good, and is just missing the mark on every level.
This is great.
Like there's a scene where they try to break in to kill the spider rapist, and there's a cop on the other end who has a battering ram, and he just softly pushes it against a door 3 times, where you can tell they had one door and they couldn't break it.
Don't break the door yet. Don't break it yet.
So he barely taps it 3. It's the most. It is the saddest filmmaking you've ever seen in your life. And then from that point forward, the second and third stories, the second one is not great, but it's still kind of funny, and then the third one is just really boring. So I mean, the
so
first
he did knock it out of the park with his directorial debut.
So in the beginning, you mentioned a woman got 2 eyeballs plucked out.
Yes.
Are those the eyes that are in the titties?
Those the eye tits?
I don't think so. No, I think these are separate.
So there was just a shot of a woman getting her eyeballs plucked out.
Yeah, by a porn star who is the narrator of the movie. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, he was trying to do a Crypt Keeper skit.
Yes,
It was a Crypt Keeper sketch, right? He opens with a Crypt Keeper skit that has nothing to do.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
But I forgot to tell you, there's a cameo in the second story of one of my favorite wrestlers from my childhood. Which X-Pac plays a bouncer in the second story.
No, he does.
Get him out of the Hall of Fame now. This is darker than if Macho Man actually banged Stephanie when she was minor.
This is worse than the China porn.
What's the porn China?
He plays a strip club bouncer.
One night in China.
Are you serious, X-Pac?
X-Pac plays a bouncer at a strip club. Yeah.
Oh,
wow. That is Verotika. How can the people find Verotika, Cody?
I think you can find it on basically any VOD thing, iTunes, Amazon,
what's
YouTube.
it run you? What's it run you? What's it put you back?
If you want to rent it.
Probably like $8 to $10 somewhere
that's
around
a bit
there.
steep.
To buy it or rent it?
Ah, man, I gotta go. I would have to go back and
That's
look.
a bit
So
steep.
it's probably going to. So if it's only buy now, it'll go to rent for cheaper in the
Yeah.
next couple weeks. But I think if you were with a group of people, you would have an absolute
I would need 8
blast
to
watching
10
that
people
first 30.
there.
Yeah, it'd have to be a
make it
party.
worth
But I
You
mean,
guys-
charge them all $1.
I'm telling you, the first 30 minutes are worth every
it.
single penny that you buy.
Oh.
I mean, it is like the worst line readings, the worst script. Like I'm telling you, it is truly. It like the hype was that it's The Room level bad, and it lives up to it in that first third.
Wow.
It is so terrible.
So right now, if you had money to make a movie that you really were passionate about, right? Like
Yeah.
you wanted this movie to work and succeed, but you could only hire Wiseau or Danzig. You take Wiseau.
Yes.
Wow. No,
Yes.
see that? No question.
Well,
He goes
because
Wiseau.
again, Wiseau is smart enough to hire competent people,
Right.
and let them at least technically help him with
right.
the movie.
Looks like Danzig was
Whereas
like,
the
nope,
writing and acting are what it, or
this
what
is
they
my baby, and
right.
that's it.
But you at least let filmmakers help you
Yeah.
make the film.
So far, the title of this episode is "Your Tits Are Looking Right at Me." That's-
I don't
No,
know how you top that.
I don't
to be
think.
honest.
I think that's probably gonna stay.
And you guys, she was so distraught over this.
Oh, I would imagine.
She was like, "This is this again. Like this
Not
is
again.
happening again."
My whole life has been eye tits.
I was really hoping this guy would just let me suck his dick and not want to look at my tits.
But you have to see the awful makeup job. Like you can see like the glue
Well,
if
this
you look
woman
close
was-
enough. Like it's so bad.
The woman who was sucking off the guy with the eyeball tits.
Yeah.
What was her line of profession in this movie?
Was she a whore,
Was
prostitute?
she a hooker?
It unclear, but yeah. I mean, like
Because that's a weird line of
yes.
work to get in if you're afraid of how your boobs look.
So I'm trying to go on a deeper left. So I guess she represents the shame of the sex worker, and then the eye tits represent the shame of the sex worker that see all the debauchery
well,
of
and
human
also
existence.
the eyes are
I
the
think-
window into the soul.
Right, and then the tears create this vengeance
This
on
mutated-
the debauchery.
I respect this opinion. I think you're giving Danzig way too much credit for this.
I think we can pull more back here.
This might
And then
be
the
a
mutated
masterpiece.
spider, when she's asleep, is going
Yes.
around killing other hookers.
That's her subconscious.
That's her hating that line of work.
Yes, it's like it's like how the bounty hunter represented the anger of Nathan Arizona's mother in Raising Arizona.
Right.
Right.
This movie may be deeper than
might
you
be a
give it credit
masterpiece,
for.
Cody. Cody, this might
Cody.
be a fucking.
I may have missed the mark on
I
here.
think you
I'm-
might have. I think you really need to. You're a self-professed cinephile. You
The only
should've-
problem is your tits are looking right at me. Kill any theory that we may have. They hold it back. That's the problem. Wow, Glenn Danzig's Verotika, worth
Yeah.
owning. If you could for $20, would you just buy it and whip it out at parties?
If you can, yes. If you take it out at parties, if you show people who have never seen it, you will get your mileage out of it. And I think that's the only thing you can really sell it for.
Right.
Which is so that segment is fine. I mean, I was laughing my ass off at the first segment. The second one is fine, but it's a little repetitive. It has to do with someone who cuts off faces of strippers.
Yes.
And then like collects faces, and then like that's
So there's
basically
hooker
it.
killing and
Stripper killing.
stripper maiming.
Yeah, and then like the last one is like the Bathory type stuff where they're like she's like bathing in the blood of virgins, and that's also super repetitive, like truly repetitive. And there's not a lot of like humor to that. Like I mean, like you will have fun in the first like 30 to 45 minutes, and then you'll want to be like, okay,
we've seen enough.
I get it.
Because in the room, you're engaged all the way through because it's like
Oh, yeah.
watching a constant car crash.
Yeah, it just keeps one upping
You can't
how
turn
dumb it is.
away.
Right.
Up to the point where he shoots himself in the chest.
Yes.
yeah,
Right? He
Or is
shoots
it in the mouth?
Was he in the mouth? Or
I think
was
it's a mouth.
Was the mouth?
I think it's a mouth.
It's a
Yeah,
mouth.
For some reason, I kept
Yeah.
thinking it was the chest. But anyway, you watch it all the way up to that point, enthralled about how bad this is.
Yes, but even when he shoots himself in the mouth, he's still able to dry hump her dress.
Yes.
So I mean, there's
And plus,
that.
you get two of the identical sex scenes.
maybe 3
or 3. They
He
used the
might have
same
gone to
footage
that one
3
3
times because
where he's fucking her belly button.
obviously the woman refused to have more than one sex scene.
Right.
When she
Tommy
agreed
was-
to act in
But
this
but
film.
I think that The Room is a worse movie, but I think that Verotika is worse directed.
Wow.
Where like if you watch Verotika and you've ever made a movie of any kind or any kind of media, like every single scene ends with like a fade to black and then just starts up again. Like there's no editing, there's no cohesion. It's just like one scene ends, fade to black, start the
that's
next
great.
scene, and it's like that for 90 minutes. Like there's
Did he edit the
there's no
movie
artistry
too?
to it.
Did he edit as well?
He did not edit, but he did. He was DP,
Imagine if he did.
I wish you would
producer,
have.
writer, director.
Wow.
And DP. That's phenomenal.
And that's the biggest, the thing that like even Steven Spielberg doesn't have the balls
No,
to do.
you can't direct a scene and be the DP.
Like,
you can't do it.
Like fucking Lucas won't even have the balls to do that.
There's
Nobody.
too much going on in a film. for you.
Coppola wasn't the DP of The Godfather.
You can't
Oh.
be.
And he did the score too.
I've never heard
Right.
of a director also being the DP.
What if he did the score there?
So the only
Like, what
the
if he
only
was
thing-
live in the background just playing the score? Wow.
You'll see a DP like every so often when like Soderbergh is the DP for all of his movies or
Right.
or
It's so
like
hard to do, though.
Alfonso
That's-
Cuarón did Roma
Oh,
and stuff
right,
like that.
right.
But yeah.
But that's if it's very stylized in a specific way. I mean, just for like, I don't know.
Man.
It's so difficult to
Balls
do
on
those
Glenn
two
Danzig.
things.
Jesus. Wow. By the way, follow us on Twitter at Podcast Ramble 1, Instagram at Podcast Ramble, and go to our TeePublic store. We had 2 new sales the other day. Bienvenu, when he was at my show in Houston, said he was going
Wearing
to
a
get the
t-shirt.
pillow. He was wearing a T-shirt. He said he's got to get the pillow
Oh, you got to get the pillow.
and drill the holes in it. It's got to happen.
Look, you don't even have to. Look, the pillow is laid out in such a way where you don't have to drill holes in it. You can just fold it together,
and bang it.
and it makes it look like you and I are both kissing.
Yes, and
then
you can
slide
bang
your penis
that.
between us.
And there it is. And you're fucking us while we're kissing. Who else?
So I
Who
don't know
doesn't want
what
that?
more you need in a gift
Right? God.
than to fuck us while we're kissing.
I don't really want to continue with the show. I just want to go watch Veronica. I want to watch Veronica right now.
Your tits are looking right at me.
Your tits are looking. All right. You give this to Sam Raimi. Could it work in any way, Cody?
God, it's so hard to say because it's so specifically horny. Like,
It is
like
Verotica.
if you let Sam Raimi like jack off before he made it, like
So
maybe
he got it out of his systems. Like,
like,
okay.
he could be like, okay, now I can see and extrapolate the meaning behind all of this. Like maybe, but I really don't.
Oh, do you think there's just an excuse for Glenn Danzig to bang porn stars to try to like woo them? Do you think
Yeah,
that's all
I'll
this
put you
was?
in
Yeah,
my movie.
100%.
I'll put you in
Yeah,
my
I'll
movie.
just put this movie if you like we can fuck. Like I'll put you in
it's
this
like
movie.
it's like if like that's what like a high school student would do.
Yes, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Like I want to make out with this chick, so she's gonna be my girlfriend in this movie. Like that I'm gonna do. Amazing.
That's what I mean. It truly feels like that, where he was like, I wonder if I can get porn stars to come by if I make this, if I write this role for them.
Amazing. I love it. That's fucking tremendous, man. Let's shit. Do we start getting into the songs? Why
Yeah,
not?
do it.
Cody, you can't think of any '80s villain.
From TV, no, I would have to really
Like
rack my brain about
JR?
that.
J.R. Ewing?
J.R. Ewing, Dallas.
I have no reference point. I mean, I know what it is. I've
Right.
never seen a second of Dallas.
Gargamel?
What?
I mean, I think that '80s TV is a lot harder to keep up with than '80s movies, right?
You're right. You're
I
not
mean,
wrong.
unless you're watching reruns or
There's
something.
only 3 stations.
Street Hawk. Street Hawk. Well, let's get to you. So this was 80s TV shows going to the Villain Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
What villain's on their hat? You know what? I'm biting the bullet on next week's, Eddie.
Yeah.
Next week, the Joker goes into the Actors Who Have Portrayed Me Hall of Fame.
Really?
Ooh.
What actor
Does
is
it
on the
include
Joker's
voiceover?
hat? Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Whoever has portrayed the Joker in one form or another. Except for, like, an artist, right?
Right.
But, like, if it's been a animated or, film,
From
something.
Caesar Romero.
From
to
Caesar
Mark
Romero
Hamill
to Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah. Who would be on the hat? Who would be on the hat? What do you think? Is that a good one?
Yeah, I like it.
All right.
I like that one.
Cody, you could do that one, right?
I could do that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Fuck yeah. Let me.
God, there's some. That's gonna be hard to pick.
For me, I would have thought the slam dunk would have been Romero just because I grew up with that.
Yeah,
But then, how do you say no to Nicholson?
How do you say no to Hamill?
And then Heath Ledger. How do you say no to Heath Ledger? Wins a fucking Oscar out of it. Like
So does
Joaquin Phoenix.
How do you say Mark Hamill?
How do you not give it to Mark Hamill? He was the Joker the longer than anybody.
And if you watch his Joker, he is like that's the most Joker-esque of the Jokers.
Yeah. Yep. Charles Phillips says, Eddie, you haven't followed up on your half of our football bet, so if you aren't going to, I'd gladly take a Rambo pillow as a payment. Just saying. I don't know what this is about, but that's Charles Phillips.
I think I was supposed to say something about the Buffalo Bills.
Good things?
Yes, because there was. I think if this is what I think it pertains to, I was supposed to, on the Ralph Report, give a whole spiel about the Buffalo Bills and how great they are because I didn't think they would have a better season than Washington at the beginning of the year.
They did.
And they had a much better season.
So you can't use the Ice Cube line, I won't choke like the Buffalo Bills. You can't say that.
And at the beginning of the season, you're all full of hope. You're like, yeah, if someone throws a bet, yeah, I'll take that bet.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So
absolutely.
I will own up to that bet. I don't know if I could do it on the Ralph Report because I don't control the content of that show.
So you have to do it here.
So maybe I could do it here.
Maybe next
week I'll do it here.
You buy him a pillow.
If that's okay with
Charles, email us, ramble@theramblepod.com.
Let me know if that's okay.
But as soon as you hear this, email us and let us know if it's okay that Eddie goes on and on about the
I can ask Ralph
Buffalo
if I could
Bills.
do it on that show, but I don't really control the content. I sort of just show up and play wingman on that show.
Hey, that's fine.
I don't know.
Hall of Fame. He says it goes to Megatron. Hands down one of the best in his OG Gen 1 alt form of the Walther P-38, the chosen weapon of the SS, and nothing is more evil than that. It's a good one. It's a damn good one.
Yes.
Patrick Carruthers, Big PC.
The Big
known,
PC.
Mr. PC. Finalists included Boss Hogg, Skeletor, Megatron, Cobra Commander, Stefano Demera, but the hat goes to J.R. Ewing. He personified the 80s rich dickhead, or the rich 80s dick. Yeah, he did. He did. Grady W. Smithy III, Overlord from Spiral Zone. They wouldn't let you say die on children's programming, but when each episode of this dark as metal fuck cartoon opened with him saying surrender or pay the consequences, you knew exactly what he fucking meant.
He did.
Ooh, man. Was this easy for you or no?
It was hard.
This was hard
it's
for
very
me,
difficult.
Too. This was very hard for me. Colin Maggs. Hey, Jerry, Eddie, and possibly Cody, and it is Cody.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to another great ramble. Here are my submissions this week. Hall of Fame, Murdoch from MacGyver. From one of the best and one that's aged better than most series comes Max Foyle, the Hitman Murdoch. He's my pick because he was sparingly used, unlike other series antagonists. He was a credible threat, whereas the likes of Boss Hogg, who was outsmarted every week by the Dukes, was no adversary. All right. I like that pick, man. He went deep.
Yeah, that was a good pull.
Gary Priest, all those planes in the A-Team that BA had to be drugged to travel on. I mean, what kind of drugs were they? Always goes, hey, Jerry, Eddie, and Cody, the show rocks as always. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
All the planes in the A-Team that BA had to be drugged on to travel on. I mean, what kind of drugs are these?
But under that logic, it could just be milk.
It could be. Yeah, it's true.
Milk could be the villain of that show.
What sort of dependency issues did BA hummed up with just because they couldn't take a damn Greyhound bus to Guatemala?
That's true.
Or wherever they were going. Hannibal, I get on no damn plane. Hannibal,
what happened on a plane? And it was always in milk. They always drugged his milk.
His milk. Was there anyone cooler than Mr. T for that little run in life?
No, he owned the world for about 24 months.
Yes, the coolest guy on the planet.
World. Had a cereal, had a cartoon, was in wrestling, was in TV.
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Our man Graham, goddamn smack. So T.
Love you, Graham. You're the best.
You're the best. T. Moore's changing it up a bit, and Faye is making the picks this week.
Ooh,
Wubba lubba dub dub. She says Stefano Mira. Sure, you could choose an easy pick like Boss Hogg or J.R. Ewing, but how can you top 4 decades of being 4 decades plus of being a tier 1 weekday evil heel with endless twists of assault, asshattery, and shenanigans? Runner-up Dr. Claw from Inspector.
Wow. Faye sent Colton some Legos. It was very nice of him.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you.
Graham sent me Ant-Man.
Graham and Faye are the fucking...
They're the fucking best.
Amazing. Jeremy Bienvenu, before I get to my submissions, Jerry, I'd say it was awesome to meet you. The show was hilarious. It was a really fun night. Thank you so much, man. When you make your way back to Houston in the future, I'll definitely be there. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jeremy, again for showing up. with the Ramble shirt.
Yeah, bud.
And saying he might get the damn pillow.
Get the damn pillow and fuck it.
He says, Mr. Burns, The Simpsons had only one episode in '89, so it only counts in a technicality, but I'm going with it anyway. In the history of the show, Mr. Burns has done so many terrible things, and since the show is still in the air, he can keep it up, which the rest of the '80s villains, TV villains, can't do. Just based on the length of his villainy, he reigns supreme.
Good one. Good one.
That is good shit, man. And I think I think that's, I don't want to get presumptuous. I don't want to skip anyone like the evil commission is want to do.
No one will blame you because it's in character.
Well, right. But I will say Colin Maggs had some great top 10 ideas. He sent, you want to hear these?
Yeah.
Cody, I want your vote on this too, okay? If we might do all of these one day, right? But which is your favorite of these 9, okay? You ready?
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, guys, I said on Twitter, here's some ideas for your top 10. Apologies, you already covered some. Hope there's some use to you. Top 10 roles that would have been better with Nicolas Cage playing it.
All of them?
Inappropriate casting, inappropriate castings, i.e. Vin Diesel playing Stephen Hawking. Cover versions we'd love to hear. Adele singing Iron Maiden or vice versa. Film sequels we wish had been made. Could be year and genre specific to narrow the field and also be used a few times. 80s action, 90s action.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
Man, what? I wouldn't have mind seeing another Tango and Cash. Just saying.
Well, they were both in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and never shared a scene together.
Didn't.
Which pissed me off.
Travesty. My Little Tango and My Little Cash. Yeah. Films we wish hadn't been sequelized. Films that wasted their potential, be it cast or story. That's interesting. Films that made millions or are popular that we don't know why. Video games that should be made into movies. Worst, best movie, video game tie-ins. Also, I thought if you start running out of OCE and don't want to reset, you could do a fantasy film casting, like who would play Jean Grey or Storm for the MCU. My submissions for this week's Ramble will be in a separate email. You don't need to go through this on air, but I want to do it, Colin, because you're a genius. Sent from my iPhone. Thank you. So, Cody, out of all those, which do you think would be the most? Which one would you want to get to first?
I like the idea of recasting big roles
Nicolas
that are
Cage.
terribly out of place.
Oh, inappropriate, like Vin Diesel as Stephen Hawking.
That's a good one, too.
Yeah,
I like that.
one.
Okay.
I also like Nicolas Cage. What roles Nicolas Cage?
What would you rather Nicolas Cage do?
I mean, I feel like those two like combine perfectly.
They really do. All right, so look, I had to go with Boss Hogg. Yes, he got outwitted by the Dukes, but he outwitted everyone else.
Yeah.
That was my buddy Ben would always joke that he takes out the Emperor. Boss Hogg takes out Palpatine because he tricks him into signing over the deed.
We talked about that here.
Star.
He gets the deed of the Death Star.
He tricks him into it, and Emperor's
Totally
what? You got to get out of here.
He's eating ribs on the Emperor's throne.
Yeah, so
Big plate of ribs.
I go Boss Hogg. Who was yours?
See, I thought Boss Hogg immediately, and then I was like, oh, shit, Cobra Commander, Megatron.
I know.
Miles Mayhem from Mask.
Yeah.
What's his face from Thundercats?
Mumra.
Mumra.
Yeah.
So it was.
It's
hard.
a big field.
I think I go Cobra Commander.
Cobra Commander's a great one.
I think I go
and
Cobra Commander.
The fact that he was in that episode of Transformers,
yes,
just seals
as
it
the old
almost.
Snake.
God, that was so great, man. Why aren't we getting an Old Snake? They're making these 6-inch GI Joes.
I know.
What if Old Snake is the fucking Comic-Con exclusive?
I bet it's just Cobra Commander though. I bet you that's who it is.
What if it comes with the Old Snake variant? Would you like it comes with the trench coat and the hat? I'd have to buy 2. I'd have to buy one to dress as Old Snake and one to dress as Cobra Commander.
God, Old Snake. So good.
Cobra. The best.
Oh, so good.
Fuck. Cody, you missed out, man. Were you a
child
Power
of the
Rangers
90s.
guy?
Yeah, I was actually.
Okay, I was wondering because yours was probably what? Power Rangers or Dragon Ball Z was probably what was hot back in your day?
Power Rangers for sure.
Yeah.
When we're talking about like that kind of stuff.
Right.
So like Rita and
Rita
stuff like
Repulsa,
that.
she'd be up there.
Yeah.
What was the other dude? What was that guy? The red guy that she married. What was that fucking guy? Zorg or whatever. What was that guy's name?
Yeah, it was something with a Z.
Yeah,
I can't remember what it was exactly.
Rita, that's a good one. All right.
That is a good one though, yeah.
That'd be a good one. We could do 90s too. Cody could get in on that one. Next Ramble, though, what would the Joker wear into the Actors Who Have Played Me Hall of Fame? What actor is on the Joker's hat? There we go. How about that? Let's do some more music. Open, close, and encore, huh? open, close, and an encore. Woof, that harmonica. Cody, if only you could hear this. I'm telling you, man.
Every week I hate it that I can't hear it.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a
shame.
It's not right. It's not fair. I'll say it. It's not fair. This one, Dolly Parton. Next Ramble, the late Amy Winehouse. What would Amy Winehouse open, close it? The
That's
late
a good one.
Amy
That's a good one.
Winehouse. This, we have Dolly, DP, if you will. Glenn Danzig. DP. DP. Charles Phillips says she opens with 9 to 5, closes with Jolene. Encores, she introduces her special guest, Kenny Rogers, and then they go into Islands in the Stream, followed by The Coat of Many Colors and The Gambler. What a show Charles Phillips has created. Patrick Carruthers, I stumbled across a podcast called Dolly Parton's America that chronicles her life, including interviews with her. So far, it's an interesting listen. Opens with Jolene, closes with 9 to 5, encores with Islands in the Stream. Not bad, man. Grady W. Smithy III opens with Hard Candy Christmas, closes with
Great
Jolene, encores with I Will Always Love You.
Hard Candy Christmas.
That's a great one. Colin Maggs. Jolene closes with I'll Always Love You. Encore, the lights go out. A spotlight hits the stage left where a silver-haired frisbee throwing Adonis appears, which can only mean that Dolly and Kenny reunite for Islands in
The
the
pop.
Stream.
Can you imagine
The pop.
The pop.
The pop.
The lid goes off of whatever room they're in.
Right. She walks back out for the encore,
Oh.
right? And everyone's like, ah! And then she waits for it to die down, right?
Yep.
And then the arena goes, the whole stage goes black.
Right.
Dar, you can't see anything. And then the band just goes, bum, bum, bum. All right, how big is that pop?
Oh, huge.
And then they probably play an extra bar.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the line, baby, when I met you, there was peace. He just comes walking out, throwing frisbees.
How about, no, she comes out, crowd pops for her,
Yes.
goes quiet again, and just from the back of the room, a frisbee flies, and she catches it.
She goes, what's written on this frisbee, y'all? And then,
As soon as she catches it, the music kicks.
ooh, bum.
And then
Bum,
she throws the
bum.
frisbee off stage.
Right.
Walking onto stage, Kenny Rogers is holding the frisbee.
He catches it with his teeth.
Catches it with his teeth or his pecs. He catches it between his pecs. Baby, when we met, there was peace.
unknown. I said I to get you with it. And then he holds out the microphone and
Yeah.
the whole crowd goes, fight to come. Right? Like, right?
Then they both stage dive and crowd surf.
While they're because they're islands in the stream.
Right. And the crowd is the stream.
This is
And
brilliant.
they're the islands.
This is the greatest concert ever.
Can you end a concert better?
No, you can't end anything better. Anything.
They just go around the whole arena singing Islands in the Stream
While being crowd
while
surfed.
being crowd surfed on their backs.
Would it be awkward if on the Jumbotron was just the whole time just a montage of Kenny Rogers' dick? Just pictures of his dick for no reason.
And her tits.
And her tits. I would be all in. Who doesn't go to that show?
Islands in the Stream. That is what we are. Sail away with
How
me
great.
to another.
Gary Priest says she opens with Here I Am, closes with I Will Always Love You, encores with Jolene.
Oh my God.
Graham says, oh, actually, this is Faye. My Tennessee Mountain Home, Better Get to Living, encores with Jolene. Jolene.
Oh, so good.
Oh, that's a great one. Jeremy, bienvenue. Let's see what Jeremy says. He's got her opening with Why'd You Come In Here Looking Like That? Encores with 9 to 5. Closes with 9 to 5. Encores, Islands in the Stream, duet with Kenny. Parts done with a video on the screen. As the song ends, the lights go out and come back up with Kenny there on stage in the flesh.
Ooh.
Kenny starts his own concert right there, complete with signed frisbees and free tickets to Jerry so he can once and for all fix his biggest regret. Jerry jumps at exactly the right height to catch the frisbee, and the crowd goes, what? Come on.
That's great. I love it. You redeem yourself, And her encore is a baton handoff to start a Kenny Rogers concert.
There it is.
It's incredible.
How
8 hours of entertainment.
8 hours. Man, y'all really knocked it out of the park with this one. Wow. I'm just gonna say.
Wow.
I'm saying it there. All right, mine.
Okay.
Cody, can you do this? Do you think or no?
Yeah, I can do it.
All right, I have her opening with 9 to 5. Come on,
Okay.
bump, bump, bump,
Yeah,
bump.
that's a great opener.
Dun. She closes with Jolene.
Okay.
Encores, I Will Always Love You. I'm giving Dolly her moment.
Oh, you're not gonna let it crowd
Not
up
gonna
with
have
Kenny?
Kenny come and take it.
See, I open with "I Will Always Love You."
Oh.
Close with 9 to 5.
Oh shit.
And then the encore, like we painted the beautiful
It's
picture
Kenny.
of them crowd surfing.
You did it.
That's it.
That's
the greatest concert of all time.
Cody? It is.
I open with 9 to 5. I think that's like the universal opener, right?
Right.
9 to
Double
5.
out of bed and
And then I close with "I Will Always Love You"
Ooh.
to make the crowd think like, "Hello, like I'm leaving now."
Right. This is
And
it.
then you come back with Kenny, obviously.
Islands
Islands
in
in
the
the
Stream.
Stream.
Bum, bum,
Islands on the
bum.
stream. And crowd surfing on their backs
That people lose their shit.
for 6 minutes or however long that
18.
song is.
I would do a 20-minute version.
They scat halfway through. They just
Right.
like,
Just
to keep it going.
You have to leave like 5 minutes for frisbee toss in the middle of there.
people are trying to land frisbees on her breasts. From the upper decks, they're throwing them as she's crowd surfing. And they're trying, like it's a carnival game.
Fuck. Y'all quit hitting. She just snaps.
Y'all quit putting frisbees on my titties.
Hey, y'all stop doing
Y'all
this
stop
fucking
it.
frisbees on my tits, goddammit.
Trying to sing here. Hey, she looks over and Kenny's got his boner out and he's catching onion rings.
Honest. I'm in. Greatest show ever.
Y'all stop it.
I love that one of them snaps. One of them is...
Don's like, enough. Stop it. Quit throwing frisbees at my titties.
God damn it.
God damn it.
You quit putting them Quit trying to land them frisbees on my tits, you fucking losers. She just snaps.
Kenny's
Like,
still singing.
Dresses down
Kenny's-
the audience.
Kenny's not stopping.
You fucking inbred loser pieces of shit. Like, whoa, fuck.
He looks over at Kenny. He's like, in the stream.
Our
Is what we are.
tender, tender love is blind. He doesn't give a fuck. He's loving every moment. Oh, fuck. a Dolly Parton meltdown.
And she's trapped.
Trapped.
She's nowhere near the stage. She's just trapped up there in this crowd surf. She can't get down. She's being pelted with frisbees. Y'all stop it.
Oh, shit. Oh,
Fuck, dude.
there we go.
I'm playing video
Man,
games.
bring your
Reading
pussy over here and reading books and playing games. Here we go.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Oh, fuck.
Woo. Oh.
You really go nuts on that reading books and playing games solo, by the way.
Yeah.
You,
Well, I love the song. I love the lyrics.
Yeah, you went nuts on that solo.
Yeah.
Same old shit. I just picked up Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, the enhanced edition for the Xbox One because it was on sale for $20 at GameStop.
How do you pass it up?
Two classic RPGs. I cannot wait. I missed the boat. The only Baldur's Gate game I ever played was the offshoot one for the GameCube, and that was a great fucking game. So I can't wait to play these. And, of course, all the others that I'm still playing. Had some Overwatch today with my little cousins. That was a lot of fun.
Nice.
You reading anything, buddy? Playing
no,
any games yet?
Not yet.
Cody?
I'm not doing anything.
No, not at the moment.
Not reading. Also, I just got done a deep dive on Weapon Lord. Might as well
Nice.
shameless plug for the Super Nintendo, which you can see tomorrow on my latest episode of Retro Rocha, which drops tomorrow on YouTube. I talk about the NES, Super Nintendo, SNES fighter Weapon Lord. So there we go. And, oh, God, it's the moment we've all been waiting for. Shout out time. Can you hear us? We're shouting out to you. There we go. All right, man. You know, eventually I'm going to try to speed run these again.
Yeah.
I really am. But not now.
No, don't hurt yourself.
It won't be this day. Aurillum, followers of Shesmu, Scott Prince, Graham Edmondson, Leon Edelman, Rick Braun, Daniel673, Reed Dixon, Retro Rocket Entertainment, Coppin with Comic, Elizabeth Flores, Jason Tully, The Real Zelly, Cool Gramps XRP, Eddie Pence Fan Club, Captain Robin Winzu, the Pirate Cats, Daryl Hefferman, David McGinn, Teresa 1025, Christopher Haskell, George Olivos, Jason Peak, Matt Cottrell 77, Blinky Blink, Jamie Warner, Get the Unspecial on Netflix, The Ultimate Rabbit, Davis, a.k.a. Your Grandma's Pussy, Alec Vasquez, Colin Mag, C. White 400, Play With It Podcast, Adam Kras, Darren Butler, Michael S. Miller, Jeff Watts, Jim Key, Taylor Johnston, Rich Morrissey, Nick Payne, Renzel 3, Night Moves Differently, Ken Rivera, Richard Miller, David Garcia, Joseo Gonzalez, Big Daddy Joe 34, Bay TW Podcast, Ray Tullius, Kingsley 28, Eric Ben 10, The Real Danny Mary, Scarecrow, a.k.a. the homie James Weaver, and Outlaw Torn, Nick Sharp, Sephora Sean, Neri Romero, Kenny Todd, 2015, Reverend N. Daddy, Raul Sanchez, Van Devere, Von Huddleston, Michael B. Smith, Big Timmy 87, Gary Priest, Middle Age Crazy Podcast, Tammy Lee Ramsdale, Frank Montez, SRW 92831, Paxton Breaks, Lauren Silence, Nao Young, Coy Bennett James, Jeffrey, a.k.a. J-Back001, Gil Gaslam, The Thick White Dude, T. Garrett Pearson, Senor Peligro, Podescue Podcast, Interzone Podcast, CJ Pendragon, Georges 126, Satiralicious, Cordelia. Cordelia, thank you again for coming out to the show in Houston. It was awesome meeting you. Lucas Guerra, JD, Red 5 standing by, Rob Verney, Chris O'Shoke, Nathan Wallace, Shane Power, Michael Martinez, Wendy May, Steve DeArcy, Gray Wraith, Sean Williams, William Harris, Ryan McNabb, Brandon Feltner, Pod Mode with Brandon and Jay, Cam Sempers, Dave Van Walton, Chris McDermott, M. Bellow 66, Steve Wynn 3068, Chris Chug Hughes, Daniel Holland, Josh Kovac, Trent Unruh, J6K9, Graham Gray Arnold, Cathal McAlnery, Maney Avalar, Bradley John Eaglefeather, Joseph Tellez, Go Away 723, Amador Gonzalez, Stephen Nicky G 23220, Jay Reading 1013, Fred Johnson, Todd C, aka DJ Retod, Lord Helmet, Aang Gulick, Phil Sargent, Sean Williams, Mock Toy, Scarecrow 219, a.k.a. Adam K, Jimmy Salgado, All of Us Pod, Assorted Goods Pod, Juvenicio Estrada, Oscar Nunez, Joe Mo for Show, Sean Smith, Stacey Avilia, CJ, a.k.a. M. Blade, Kyle Cook, a.k.a. The Grindfather, Andy Hensman, Graham Moore, Eric Nye, Justin Brown, Stacey Gonzalez, Jack Beams, Chris Fabo, Chris Robocaba, Chris Bell, Kevin Couch, Cheriol Anshere, Charles Phillips, a.k.a. Chaz Hayes, The Game Fanatics, Burr Martin, Gary Kundle, Darren Butler, Shelby Console, Plastic Person, Kelly Riddle, KT, Chris Baronsmeyer, a.k.a. GoCast, Chris B, Glamis, Jamie, Storm Raven, Yeeman Yaman, Boss Hogs, Grim Shredder, Drunk Eddie Stotts, Eddie's Ghost Ham, Robin Maloney, Damian Batriel, Joe Milne, Rama R, Chad Sadiol, Sean Ryan, Lisa Marie Miller, Joey Poole, Gemma from the Talking Cots All Podcast, Andy Barr, James, Dan Beavers, a.k.a. G-Virus Dan, Nath Kendall, a.k.a. The Joker, Austin Long, Adrian Empena, a.k.a. Texas Pookie 71, Gamer Girl Deluxe, Singway Slave, Big Timmy 87, John Broccolo, Steve Colsanti, a.k.a. Mr. Midnight Smoke, Patrick A. Bonfrisco, Jason Shearer, Matt the Rat, Mad Monkey, Cedral Bella, E.V. Agas, Justin Schroeder, Jeremy Bienvenu, thank you for coming out to Houston. So great seeing you, buddy. Thanks for rocking that shirt. Patrick Crothers, Tim Dawson, Brian Withers, Steve Rogers, Will Wilkins, John Mick II, Ian Goldspink, Rico GZ, Irish 01980, Bearded Nerd, Mike Driscoll 3D, Big Daddy, Jimmy V, Ulysses Atkins, Sonic, a.k.a. Mercy, Dahlem, Stets, the king of the barbecue sauce, my legitimate Scottish cousin McGregor, the Devastator, the Hall of Famer, first ballot, Dave Strebeck, Joe Capone, Nico Brown, Steph Infection, Poltron, Aaron, Bridget from Long Island, Adam Clambert, JM, J. Mitch, The Burge, Dapia, Nickel the Rise, Gary Rickelman, Grady W. Smithy III, the Kristen Cassie Effect, Sam Martinez, David S. Gutierrez, David Erky Chavez, Becky Cinderling, Brie Pena, and Brian Boo Stamontes. Boo Stamontes. Thank you all for making the Rambles part of your lives, your loves, your everythings.
And I would like to wish congratulations to Trent Unruh and his beautiful
brand
new bride, Crystal, who I married them this past weekend at an undisclosed location.
And good for you. Look at you, Eddie, marrying people.
So wish them all the best, and thank you for allowing me the honor to do that for you guys.
Hell yeah!
So congratulations to
good
Trent
for you,
and Crystal.
Man. By the way, I'm adding Graham and Faye. I can't believe I haven't added Graham and Faye to the shout-outs.
How could you not?
Well, they're in now. Next week, they're in there.
Evil commish.
I know.
Damn. You don't even know you do it sometimes.
I know.
That's the problem.
That's the real problem. Hey, please listen to Eddie 5 days a week on
Swings and Misses on radio.com and the Ralph Report on patreon.com.
Cody, what's your podcast? The Cinesnob?
Cinesnob podcast on wherever you get podcasts, I guess. And then Re-MCU, we are caught up to Thor. Next episode is Captain America, the First Avenger.
Which one is Eddie going to jump in on?
Oh, I got to jump in on one of
I'm
those.
doing Iron Man 3. I've already called dibs on Iron Man 3.
Nice.
Eddie, it's wide open. It's either one you really do like or one you really don't like.
After Thor, after Captain America, the First Avenger? Could you do one that there's a million that you love?
Yeah, there's a ton. I mean, any of them. Throw a dart at any of them.
Could you prop up Thor: The Dark World?
That's the biggest challenge. If you can defend that one, that is
because originally I was not a fan.
I liked it.
Upon watching it more times,
you become a fan.
I've grown to really like it.
See, I was the opposite. I liked it when I saw it. Then I was like, I don't know if I like this that much. But then before I saw Endgame, I was like, I don't hate it.
No, I don't
That's
hate
where
it.
I was.
I actually disliked Guardians of the Galaxy 2 more than I disliked
Really?
Dark World.
There's no way I couldn't go there.
But-
Initially.
No, initially I did not like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 in the theater.
Now you love it.
Now I love it. It's one of my favorites. But in the theater, I was so disappointed because I don't know if they at the time I was so over for the original Guardians,
Right.
and I was just disappointed
Wow.
because I felt like they were trying to do too much of what they had already done.
See what put it over for me. I was like automatically in was all the Adam Warlock's race having that wham bam shang-a-lang for their theme song.
Yeah,
That was
I don't know what.
And
It was really the only when I first saw it in the theater. I was like, I'm not really happy with this.
Wow.
And
Interesting.
then every other viewing, I've loved it more and more and more. The more I see
Interesting.
it.
So, is there any Marvel movie that either of you think is like through and through bad?
Bad.
Not you can't, like it's really hard for you to pull anything good from it.
The first Incredible Hulk movie, the
Okay.
Edward Norton one.
Yeah, Edward Norton.
Yeah, I guess probably that would probably be
If
my
I had
least
to pick
favorite.
the least, that one or the first Thor.
Because we did Iron Man 2, and it was not as bad as I remember.
No,
it
it's not
at all.
Iron
No.
Man 2 is a good movie.
It's really not that bad.
I was that way with Iron Man 3. I didn't like that was my least favorite of the Iron Man movies.
I agree with Eddie on that. Yeah.
And then the more I watched it, the more I liked it.
Iron Man 3 is my favorite Iron Man movie. It's weird. Man, yeah. I think the Edward Norton Incredible Hulk
That's
movie.
probably the hard. That's because that one feels the most disconnected from the universe itself.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I didn't.
And I don't know. I guess that's a product of having switching out Edward Norton for
Right. But it was
So-
like, it was one of those like. Here's the problem though. When Edward Norton was replaced, no knock on Edward Norton. It was just a knock on that Hulk movie. I was like, whatever. You know what I mean? When they're like, oh, Edward Norton's not going to be the Hulk in Avengers.
like,
I was like,
that's
oh,
fine.
okay.
well,
okay.
it just doesn't make sense a lot of the time. Like
right.
what we talked about on our episode was like, why is the Hulk like a heart rate thing for him? Like it's not like
Yes.
it's not an anger thing. It's so like there's like a sex scene where he has to stop his sex scene because
He's
he'll
gonna
Hulk out. If
yeah,
it-
that
it's
didn't
all
make
heart
sense.
rate.
It was that made no sense whatsoever.
It wasn't
I mean,
an anger issue.
I
at all.
honestly, and this is blasphemous, probably. I like the Ang Lee Hulk movie better than the Ed Norton Hulk movie.
I agree with that.
I can't.
You know why?
I can't go that far.
Really?
I can't go that far.
I'll tell you. I thought that Ang Lee Hulk movie
Yeah.
had one of the top 5 most iconic superhero movie scenes.
Which scene?
Now, at the time I put it up there with Batman flying the Batwing up on the
Yeah.
full moon to make the
Okay.
bat. That was the most iconic movie I think in any Batman thing ever.
Yeah.
That scene. That was the most iconic scene.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think. There was other ones like but of course now the Avengers Assemble is kind of
Yeah.
But when the Hulk is in the desert and he runs,
he's doing the jumps?
and he jumps a kind of far.
Yeah.
Then he jumps a little. Then
Yeah.
he's like, "Holy shit!" I thought that was awesome. I was like, "That is fucking." It wasn't a great movie. I still liked it better than the Ed Norton one.
The Edward Norton one, it wasn't a great movie, but the Ang Lee one, there was so many moments in that movie I was just so bored.
Yeah,
I
but
was just so bored in that movie.
I'm with you, but I also have a massive crush on Jennifer Connelly, so that
She's
helped.
beautiful.
And what also helped was I kind of liked the way they did the Absorbing Man effects with Nick Nolte. I thought that looked pretty fucking
Yeah.
cool. I did like those weird moments where he made it look like comic book panels. Remember that? Like there was those few cutaways.
It took a while to get used to that. I didn't
Yeah.
hate that as much as everybody else, but like there was just moments in that movie I was like,
Yeah.
this is so boring.
But him jumping was that was like
Yeah.
that was the best Hulk moment in any movie up until I'm Always Angry. I'm Always Angry
Yeah.
killed it. That was it.
Yeah, yeah.
That was your Hulk moment.
Yeah.
That was the greatest. That's still one of the biggest pops I've
Yeah.
ever seen.
I'm
Any?
Always Angry.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
The pop in the
Yeah.
theater when he said he just turning
Always
into
Angry.
the Hulk
Boom.
as he punches that thing to death. It was like the pop was
Yeah.
that was. But that up until then, that jumping was. But other bad movies have had. I thought the first Transformers, the Michael Bay one, I did not like that movie at all. But that scene where Starscream is just flying with the other F-14s and just transforms and destroys one and then goes back, incredible.
Yeah, yeah.
I
That
have
was
one.
Incredible. Yeah.
I have one. The Fantastic Four movie that was so terrible, the most recent one.
Yeah.
I think everything Doctor Doom in that movie kicks ass. Like I think it's really good.
I haven't even seen it.
Okay, well then, yeah. I think that all the Doctor Doom stuff in that movie for like 5 to 10 minutes, it gets like
Not
pretty
bad,
cool.
huh? All right.
And then the rest of it is just straight garbage.
So do
But,
you
like,
think do you think next week's top 10 could be best scenes in movies you didn't like?
Yeah, it could work.
What do you think of that? Cody, think you could do that?
Yeah, I could do that.
Best
Yeah.
moments in movies you didn't like. There we go. That's next week's top 10.
Okay.
By the way, check me out on Retro Rocha, my YouTube channel. It premieres tomorrow, the 3rd episode, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I believe it's just Jerry A. Rocha on YouTube. So please come and check those out. It would mean the world to me if you subscribed and watched those. And thank you all. Eddie and I have CDs on iTunes.
Check those
and
out.
we have. Do you mind if I read that? We have some new reviews on those.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you mind if I go there real
Go
quick?
for it.
Is that all right? Let's. Of
I haven't
course.
checked out my iTunes page in a long time.
Yeah, I don't. Of course, I don't even know how to with this new Apple. Oh, there, iTunes store. I'm like, I can't even find this shit now. You know, but I found it. So let's see. I know I had some new 5-star review. Oh no, wait, hold on. Let's go to iTunes store, please. All right, here we go. I want to thank everybody who's been doing this. So let's see here. iGirl just got one from PJC7676. Jerry is legit funny and off the wall. Stuff comes from the left field and he rolls with it. Listen to more Jerry on the Ramble. Thank you. I believe that's Patrick Carruthers. I think that's who that is. I'm assuming, and if it's not, I'm sorry, and tell me who it was. But there we go. All right, let's see. And let's see what we have here. Hold on. We're not done. There it is. Tastes like pennies, motherfucker. Boom. Okay, we got another. You got another 5-star rating.
Nice.
Still
Thank
waiting
you.
on a review.
That's all right.
But he told me his took a while to post, so I bet yours is already there.
I appreciate it.
And iTunes is giving you the screw job. How about that? How about that?
They are. I'm used to it.
iTunes is giving
I'm
you
used
the
to
screw job. Oh, that's not right. All right, let's do it. Top 10, shall we? I mean, why not?
Yeah.
What else are we going to do? It's the time of the show where we rank the top 10. God, Cody's been waiting for this list.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we didn't have to tell Cody. He already had this list, didn't you?
I've been agonizing it over like for years. I mean, it's
Oh God, tremendous. All right, these are top 10. This was a tough one. These are top 10 non-film Star Wars characters. So nothing from the movies. That's tough. There's a lot to choose from.
Yes.
I mean, but I think we did it. So mine might be blasphemous. I don't know. My number 10. Now I'm just starting to watch the Clone Wars.
Okay.
One thing I love about the Clone Wars are the wartime propaganda intros, like those old war movies.
Yeah, I love it.
Those clone troopers are
Yeah.
great. My number 10, Kyle Katarn
Kyle
from
Katarn.
the video game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Kyle Katarn. Who's your number 10?
My number 10 is Star Killer from the Force Unleashed.
The Force Unleashed games. My number 9, The Child.
Oh, good one.
Not
Good
a movie.
One. My number 9 is I fucking forgot his name. Shit.
Prince Zizor from Shadows of the Empire.
Shadows of the Empire book? No. Even though he did make out with Leia in that book.
He did.
They made out.
They made out. Was Kyle Katarn Shadows of the Empire? No, that was Dash Rendar.
That was Dash Rendar with his ship.
Yeah,
that
the
was
Outrider.
Like the Han Solo-like character.
Yes,
From,
yeah.
Carl Weathers' character in Mandalorian.
He's your number 9?
Yeah,
He's your number 10?
Yeah,
Number
9.
Number 9. My number 8?
Yes.
Who else could it be but Akamina, B. Arthur, the bartender in
From the holiday special?
in the Star Wars holidays. What sass? You saw how dangerous of a bar that was.
Yes, true.
And she doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They are scared of her.
Yeah.
Did you notice no customer gave her any back talk in those scenes?
Right. Well, she'd probably have you dragged out the back and capped.
Right. That's
Right.
Who's fucking with her? I'm telling you, Akamina. Who's your number 8?
My number 8, Captain Rex from the Clone Wars.
He wasn't in the movies, was he?
Nope.
That's right.
He's very big. Clone Wars. He's also very big in Rebels.
Why
He was
did
back
they
in
put him
Rebels.
the movie? That's weird. My number 7,
Commander Cody was in the.
Cody was. One of my
movies.
crushes. Basta LaShawn from Knights of the Old Republic.
Nice.
She could have had it.
Nice. Where we're at 7?
7.
My number 7 is Cad Bane.
Cad Bane.
I think the best bounty hunter in the galaxy.
Oh!
And I think if you watch all of the Clone Wars, I think you'll agree with me.
My number 6 is who I think is the best bounty hunter in the galaxy, the Mandalorian.
Okay.
That's my number 6.
That's my number 6.
See?
Mandalorian.
Look at this.
I still think Cad Bane's a better bounty hunter.
Wow. My number 5.
Cad Bane would have turned in Baby Yoda.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
He did
Real
the job.
quick.
He would have did the
He
job.
would have done the job.
My number 5, Darth Bane. The rule of the two.
Huh?
All from him.
My number 5 is the child.
Oh. My number 4, from Knights of the Old Republic, HK-47, the droid who hated humans and called them all meatbags.
Nice.
And who you had to rebuild to get all of his side story, which is awesome.
My number 4?
Yeah.
Ahsoka Tano.
She wasn't in the movie, was
Nope.
I always thought she was the red and white Twi'lek chick that gets gunned down.
No, that's Shock T.
That's Shock T, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't because I remember thinking when they first showed. Because I mean, okay, let's real quick sidetrack before we get to number 3 here. The only thing I had seen some Clone War stuff.
Yeah.
You know what it was?
What?
That fucking movie where they go find Baby Jabba the Hutt.
Yes.
My boy Scott and I went and saw that in the theaters.
Yes.
And up until they had the Baby Jabba just farting all the time, I'm like, what the fuck? I was out. But I remember now there was also cartoons that weren't CGI before that movie.
Yes. Before the release of Episode 3,
Yes.
Cartoon Network did 2-minute cartoon segments called The Clone Wars.
Right.
Which they sort of they established that's where General Grievous was introduced.
Right. And that Ventress chick, right?
And Asajj Ventress.
Yeah.
And it led up right to the beginning of Episode 3.
So
if you watch the final episode of that, it goes right. It explains why Grievous was coughing.
So those take place after this Clone War series?
Apparently, I don't know if those actually fit into the quote unquote canon or not.
They might have ditched.
There just seems to be little mini episodes.
Yeah.
But the reason Grievous was coughing was as they landed on Coruscant and kidnapped the Emperor or Palpatine.
Yes.
And they're taking him away. Mace Windu, in a final attempt to stop him, grabs General Grievous and crunches him.
And
from
he's
a
so
distance.
fragile anyway.
From a distance, he
Right.
grabs him and crunches him, and you see his chest plate sort of shrink a little bit. And that's why when you first see him in Episode 3, he's coughing and hacking. Because Mace Windu had just crushed him.
See, Andrea hated that. She's like, a robot has a fucking cough. This is so stupid.
Well,
She was so mad.
That's how they connected originally. Then I think they might have retconned it, saying it's just sort of like
he's half alive.
He's
kinda
half alive,
shit.
and it's not
Yeah.
quite taking very well. It's still sort
Right.
of an experiment.
So
Where Vader is the perfected version of what General Grievous is.
So Clone Wars, the canon that we know of, probably starts with the Baby Jabba movie and then
Yes.
goes into the show.
And then goes to show. And if you watch the entire series of Clone Wars, it jumps around timeline-wise. It's
Right.
not all linear.
So what I thought was, when I first saw the Clone Wars CGI thing, I'm like, this is dark as fuck because this cutesy little chick is going to get murdered in Episode 3. You know what I mean? I
Right.
thought that was Shock T. So
There's
anyway.
a lot of deaths in Clone Wars.
Okay. All right.
There's a
Well,
lot
yeah,
of-
the clones are pretty dispensable.
Yeah, they get torn up. And there's a
Yeah.
lot of Jedi deaths in Clone Wars, too.
Watch this. I'm going to watch.
It's a good series.
Plo Koon is bringing it so far.
Yes.
He's bringing it so
Plo
far.
Koon. Yeah, he's pretty dope.
My number 3, Mara Jade.
Okay. Luke
Yeah.
Skywalker's side piece.
Should we read our listeners' picks too?
Oh, I guess we forgot
I
to
kind of
do that,
missed
didn't
on
we?
that, huh? Let's go to Charles Phillips. He goes number 10, Sabine Wren. She's pretty awesome. Number 9, Exar Kun. He started the war against the Mandalorians. Number 8, Darth Plagueis, trained Palpatine. Number 7, Darth Talon. She was the most important assist in the expanded universe. Number 6, Grand Admiral Thrawn, the Blue Devil of Star Wars. Number 5, Mr. Bones, a hella killer droid with a great attitude
Mr.
problem.
Bones is badass.
He's from the books, right?
He's in comic books.
Oh, comic books. Number
No, Mr. Bones is from the books.
Right, he's the one that kid made, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
He's a battle droid.
Number 4, Darth Revan, great story arc. Number 3, Asajj Ventress, Night Sister, former Sith, former Jedi. You don't get better. Number 2, Ahsoka Tano, the best Jedi ever. Number 1, Cad Bane, a truly badass.
Cad Bane's badass.
I gotta watch. So when does he pop up? Am I close to him?
I think season 2.
Oh, okay, all right.
I think he's season 2.
Patrick Carruthers, Cad Bane, Afro-archaeologist in the Vader comic. Number 8, 000 torture droid from the Vader comic book. Looks like C-3PO.
Yeah, that guy's fucking weird.
Number 7, Hondo from the Clone Wars and Rebels. Number 6, Darth Bane. Number 5, Thrawn. Number 4, Ventress. Number 3, Revan. Number 2, Ahsoka. Number 1, The Mandalorian. Dude, everybody loves Ahsoka. I should really start watching these shows.
Yeah, you'll like
huh?
Ahsoka. And then she pops back up in Rebels, and I'm hoping they give her some sort of finish in Mandalorian or something, some
Okay.
other thing where we find out what happens to her.
Grady W. Smithy III says Art Carney's character from the Star Wars Christmas special because it's Art Carney. Hey, guess what he puts at number 9? B. Arthur's Cantina owner from the start. Her song, While the Empire is Shutting the Place Down, is one of the few truly good parts of that horrible mistake of the show. Hala from Splinter of the Mind's Eye. She was the first Force-sensitive character we got that wasn't a Jedi or a Sith. You got to respect that. Number 6, Mara Jade. Hot redhead with Force powers, what's not to love. Number 5, Thrawn. Number 4, Indiana Jones. There was a comic about the Falcon crashing in the Pacific Northwest.
Chewbacca's Bigfoot.
Chewie becoming the inspiration for the Legend of Bigfoot, so he counts. I don't care who says otherwise. Number 3, Boba Fett. Not the useless died like a bitch Boba Fett from the movies, but the utter badass from the holiday special, who is a third of exactly 3 good things in it. Tied for number 1, Tag and Bink from Tad and Bink Are Dead. If you haven't read either of the miniseries, Tag and Bink, showed they were tied to every major event in the original trilogy.
Yeah, they have you ever read
They
that?
were tied to the major events of the prequels. You see, so I guess it's a take on the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern.
Yes, there's a scene where they
Hamlet.
talk about. Remember in Return of the Jedi where they say many Bothans died.
Yes.
It's actually a guy named Manny Bothans. Manny Bothans died to bring us this
That
information.
is fucking funny. I like this.
Oh, it's pretty funny. You got to read it.
Colin Maggs. I've taken mine from the former EXU, now called Legends. Admiral Dalla, Joris and his clone Joris Kabath. Lobaka, terrible name, but a Wookiee Jedi. Come on, what's not to love? Talon Karad, obviously Han Solo's replacement in the Smuggler with no allegiances. Rook and Nogri, the Empire's ninjas loyal to Vader and the Empire, used by Thrawn. Not only fantastic adversaries, but their story is great and a good example of how the Empire controlled some planets with coercion. The Night Sisters and Force Witches of Dathomir. I'm not even going to try to read this fucking name. Tenenale Joe, being a prominent witch. A planet strong with Force users but have their own religion and abilities. Even the Jedi got their asses kicked when they went there.
Yes.
Number 4.
They bring back Darth Maul. They sort of help reconstruct
Is
Darth
that,
Maul.
is that in Clone Wars?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Jaina Solo and Leia's original daughter, Jason's twins, and Anakin Solo's older sister. Powerful Jedi with some great stories. Darth Caedus, Jason Solo, twin brother to Jaina and Anakin, was a Jedi Master. His arc was brilliantly written and deep. Mara Jade, Skywalker, Jedi Master, former Emperor's hand, wife to Luke, mother to Ben. From assassin to smuggler to Jedi, one of the greatest Star Wars characters, full stop. And number 1, Grand Admiral Thrawn, created along with Mara Jade and the Nogri by Timothy Zahn in his amazing Heir to the Empire series and later reworked version in Rebels. Master tactician, able to guess his opponent's strategy by their race, artwork, cool, calm, with an unflinching desire to bring order to the galaxy, devoted to the Empire, if not the Emperor and Vader, a pariah because he's not a human, but still manages to work his way up the xenophobic Emperor's ranks. The character, anyone who read the books hoped the sequel trilogy would be focused around. If you haven't read them, you owe it to yourself to do so. Have read The Last Wish, first book of the Witcher series. I'm waiting the next great book. I wonder why the TV show altered some of the storylines, especially the Renfrey Shrike story with the Elderman, etc. It made more sense as to why he was met with anger after the confrontation. You're right. Playing Civilization 4, Hitman Chapter 2, and Jedi Fallen Order, all great games, though Jedi Order has me longing for the old-style level structures of games rather than the open world, keeping you going back and forward between worlds. Repeating bits gets a little further when you have the right abilities. I miss plug-and-play games for when you finish a level, it was finished, only one route. Acolyte to the girth of Vern. Colin Maggs. Gary Priest. Here's where my geek credentials let me down. Let me think. Wasn't there a novel about Luke's sweaty cousin Mike Skywalker, who was a train guard at Tashi Station and was forever ragging on Luke's shitty power converters? That's all I got. Loving all the content, Gary. That's my number 1, Gary. So
Nailed it.
Oh, this is Faye. She goes Basta LaShawn, HK-47, Darth Plagueis, Galen Merrick, Starkiller, Grand Admiral Thrawn, Jedi, and Darth Revan, Kyle Katarn, Mara Jade, Ahsoka Tano, and number 1, Dexter Jetster. Had to put Dex.
I think we
Ramble
have a
off.
little bit to do with that.
We had a little bit to do with that. Thank you. Jeremy Bienvenu, Baby Yoda, Savage Opress, Asajj Ventress, Starkiller, Kanan Jarrus, Mara Jade, Darth Revan, Mando, Thrawn, and Ahsoka. Dude, Ahsoka's just an annoying kid right now for me. I guess
You'll grow to like her.
Okay, I'm in.
You'll grow to like her.
I'm in. All right, well, there we go. Did anybody make your trifecta?
No.
By the way, same here. Damn it, same here. Cody, anyone get yours?
No, my soul left my body. Was in the middle of that. So.
My number 3, Mara Jade. Who's your number 3?
I think Kanan Jarrus from
Kanan
Rebels.
Jarrus.
Yes. Also
Mine-
Caleb. Was his Caleb Doom? That was his Jedi. That was his Padawan name.
Aha.
And then he had to change his name after the Purge.
Okay.
To Kanan Jarrus.
Right. I go Darth Revan was my number 2.
Darth Revan. My number 2 is the Badu. The Badu. Bendu? The Bendu. Sorry.
Bendu.
The Bendu. He's in Rebels.
My number one. Who else could it be? Grand Admiral.
That's my number one.
I mean, come on.
That's my number one. Grand
Admiral. I tell you what, Cody.
The Bendu.
I think if you read the Thrawn books, you'd be all right. You wouldn't mind them. The Heir to the Empire trilogy that Timothy Zahn wrote, which at the time Lucas kind of said, yeah, if I were to say anything is the official story moving forward, it's this one. And Thrawn, only because Thrawn, God, he might be the best
Star Wars. There's some interesting stuff
character
in there with clones.
Oh, yeah.
Luke got cloned off of his hand that was severed.
Yep. But I just think Thrawn is worth the price of admission alone.
Oh, absolutely. He's a great character.
He might be the best Star Wars character ever. I love
character.
that guy. Because in the book, what's fascinating about him, you almost want to root for him when you see what he's up against. Because the Emperor was a racist towards aliens, right? So he was a human only.
You had to be a human to be in the Empire. Like, to really move up the Empire, you had to be human.
You had to be human. But Thrawn was an alien, but such a brilliant tactician that the Emperor had no choice but to keep promoting him against all of his wishes.
And he surrounded himself with these lizards that were force repellers.
Yeah.
So anyone with any force abilities couldn't get near him.
They were fucked. Oh, Thrawn was fucking great. Man,
that was pretty cool.
Thrawn was a tremendous character. Well, there you go. How about that? Next ramble. Top 10 best scenes in movies you didn't like. What would Amy Winehouse open, close, and encore with? And the Joker goes into the actors who have portrayed me Hall of Fame. What actor is on the Joker's hat?
Good stuff.
There is Ramble 222. Want to thank you for letting us be ourselves.
Yes.
We appreciate all the love. Thank you. We'll see you next time. Please subscribe. Give it a 5-star rating. Positive text review. All that good shit. Cody, where can all the good folk find you?
Cinesnob Cody on Twitter, Cinesnob Podcast, wherever you find podcasts, and Cinesnob Cody on Letterboxd.
Are we going to try to watch this Danzig movie?
Sometime. We have to.
You guys have to watch
We have to do it.
I mean, it sounds like...
How long is it? It's an hour and a half, you said?
It's an hour and a half, yeah.
All right.
I
We can
think
make
we
time for
could.
that.
I mean, your tits are crying. Your tits are looking
Your
right
tits
at
are
me.
looking right at me. I want to take the other two segments and really break those down the way we broke down that first
Right.
segment.
Maybe it's deeper.
Because I think Danzig might... We're not giving him enough credit from what it sounds like.
I mean, he DP'd the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Who could do that?
Seems like Cody's just sort of writing him off very
He's
flippantly.
hating. He's
just
hating on someone that accomplished with worse than Wells couldn't even do.
Right.
You guys are going to regret this once
Agreed.
you watch it.
Oh, shit. Verotika. Betty and Verotika.
Tits
Why
are looking
not?
right at me.
So bad. All right, last beep, and we love you, and that's it. And we'll see you next week and
Yeah.
Friday on Ramble Radio.
That's right.